Can you give us a very brief, maybe in one sentence, what schools did your principal attend?
Shehu, is it not ridiculous you asking me such questions? What schools he attended? Do I know what schools you attended? Do you know which schools I attended? And you are saying my principal?
I can. If you ask me, I can tell you, sir.
You cannot even
let
ask.
us stick.
And then you go and ask him. Yeah, you ask him. No, Shehu, then ask him.
Let us just for a moment, sir.
Yes.
If I ask you, what school did you attend? Will you be offended?
It's my prerogative to provide that information. It's my prerogative.
But because you are not a public officer. But
It's my prerogative. Even if I'm a public officer.
Who are these nameless characters that are fed fat at the expense of the poor? Mr. President, are they your business partners or are they all sacred cows? Mr. President, if you are truly on the side of the poor, if you are serious about the welfare of the people, if you truly want the poor to breathe, as you once said, then kill corruption and not Nigerians. Some media men have been calling on me and said Pastor Bakare had not spoken since he went to Ojota about subsidy removal. Now he's keeping quiet. May God forgive you so that it does not sever your tongue from your mouth. Fellow citizens, the rallying cry by which the Save Nigeria group galvanized Nigerians in January 2012 at Ganifa Ami Park, Ojota, was kill corruption on Nigerians. This was our cry when we made it evident that our fight was not against the removal of the fuel subsidy, but against the corruption in the system. This was our fight when, amid the threats to my life and family, right there at Ojota and live on national and international television, I called out by name those individual and corporate entities who had allegedly ravaged our nation. Some might say that you, Mr. President, are too tainted to fight corruption because you were escorted into the presidency by a retinue of corruption allegations. Some might even describe you as transparently, opaquely corrupt because despite the indicators of state capture, some might argue that even the road you took to the president was itself paved with filth from the cesspool of corruption, and that you are therefore incapable of mounting any genuine fight against corruption. Mr. President, while we admit that as of today, our nation has transitioned from an administration that came to power on the supposed wings of integrity and anti-corruption, as I told the former president in his residence. No one can today doubt that you are the president of the Federal Republic by the system that produced you, with enormous powers to fight against corruption and its hydra-headed forms. Even if the allegations against you are valid, I challenge you today to humble yourself before God, because you can still have a road to Damascus experience, and decide today to stand on the side of probity and bring to book the vested interests that have built their wealth on the ruins of our nation. I keep on saying that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. You can repent today and have the road to Damascus experience. You can decide to take the burden of reforms of the Nigerian people and go after the corporations and individuals who have plundered our nation. You can decide today to stand with the poor and take the fight to the plunderers. Therefore, we demand that you address the root cause of the problem. Take the yoke off the neck of the poor, go after the looters, recover the loot, and retool it to the benefit of Nigerians. In simple terms, Mr. President, kill corruption, not Nigerians. My fellow citizens, tighten your seatbelts as I take you back to certain alarming events that occurred in our nation's recent history, events that have elicited lingering questions. I'm talking about a history of criminal impunity. 11 years ago, on Friday, January 13, the 5th day of an unprecedented gathering of Nigerians at Ganifa Ami Park, Ojota, The Save Nigeria Group, SNG, brought to the attention of Nigerians the outcomes of an external audit carried out by two audit firms, KPMG and SS Afemike & Co. These firms had been contracted by the Federal Ministry of Finance to audit the petroleum sector. Their investigations revealed that the fuel subsidy regime was a small screen for corruption. Among other findings, the audit exposed fraudulent deductions of up to 6 times higher than the authorized subsidy disbursements. It also revealed revenue leakages of about 800 billion from the upstream sector and 1.2 trillion from the downstream sector, which included the fraudulent subsidy system. The key agencies in the petroleum sector, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, were inducted. In addition, 80% of the questionable subsidy claims were traced to leading oil marketers, and we mentioned their name at Ojota back then, oil marketers whose company names were listed in the report and whose major shareholders are known to the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. I saw some of them paying you homage in the villa.